there is a moment you probably lost without noticing. It is not dramatic. It is not a crisis. It is the tiny wait. A page takes 2 seconds to load. An elevator takes too long to arrive. A message stays unread. A microwave counts down from 30. A video buffers. A traffic light refuses to change. And in that small space, before anything is actually wrong, something inside you begins to move. Your eyes look for a screen. Your hand checks your pocket. Your thumb prepares to unlock. Not because you made a decision. Not because there is an emergency. But because the pause itself feels like a problem. You may think this is impatience. Or bad discipline. Or a modern personality flaw. But it is deeper than that. Your brain has been trained to expect feedback whenever nothing happens. And after enough training, waiting stops feeling like time. It starts feeling like something is missing. Waiting used to have a quiet job. It was the space between actions. You waited for water to boil. You waited for a friend to arrive. You waited for a bus. You waited for a page to print. Those moments were not always pleasant, but they gave the mind a small hallway, a place to drift, a place to notice the room, a place to remember what you were doing, a place where one thought could finish before the next one arrived. The strange thing about waiting is that it looks useless from the outside. Nothing is being produced. Nothing is being clicked. Nothing is being answered. But inside the mind, something important can happen. Attention settles. Memory catches up. A feeling becomes clear. An unfinished thought finds its shape. The brain is not empty in those moments. It is reorganizing. But modern life has quietly attacked that hallway. Not by removing time. By filling every gap before the mind can enter it. The false belief is simple. You think waiting feels hard because you are impatient. You think your brain is naturally restless. You think other people are calm, and you are just weak. But impatience is not only a trait. It can also be trained. Your brain learns from patterns. If a pause is followed by nothing, the brain slowly accepts the pause. But if a pause is followed by a screen, and the screen gives relief, the brain learns something else. Pause means check. Check means maybe reward. Reward means relief. Relief means do it again. At first, the phone seems like something you use while waiting. Then it becomes something your brain expects because you're waiting. That difference matters. Because once the pause becomes a trigger, the world does not need to interrupt you anymore. The blank second is enough. The empty line is enough. The loading icon is enough. The unanswered message is enough. The brain sees delay and starts searching for feedback. This is the hidden system. Instant feedback conditioning. Modern screens are not only fast. They respond. You tap, something changes. You swipe, something appears. You refresh, maybe something is new. You send a message, maybe 3 dots appear. You post, maybe a number rises. You open a feed, maybe the next thing feels better. The important word is maybe. The reward is not guaranteed. If every check gave the same result, you would stop checking. But the screen gives variation. Sometimes nothing. Sometimes something. Sometimes something personal. Sometimes something funny. Sometimes something angry. Sometimes something that makes you forget why you opened the phone. That uncertainty keeps the brain alert. Turns waiting into a slot machine made of seconds. The mind begins to ask, what if the next moment gives me something? What if I miss it? What if the pause is not empty, but unfinished? That question is enough to make your hand move. The more feedback you get, the less natural slow time feels. This is why a few seconds can feel strangely heavy. A website delay feels personal. A slow reply feels suspicious. A loading screen feels insulting. A silent room feels unfinished. A line at the store feels like stolen time. But the world did not suddenly become unbearable. Your internal rhythm changed. The screen trained your attention to expect movement. New image. New sound. New message. New number. New possibility. Then real life asks you to wait. And real life does not update every 3 seconds. Kettle does not entertain you. A red light does not care about your boredom. A person does not reply just because your brain wants closure. A task does not become easier because you refreshed something else. So the mind compares to rhythms. The fast rhythm of the screen. And the slow rhythm of reality. And suddenly, reality feels broken. There is a strange finding that fits this feeling. When people keep switching through online videos, they may not become less bored. They can become more bored. That sounds backward. The whole reason you switch is to find something more interesting. But switching can train the brain to expect a better option immediately. The current moment becomes harder to enter. The next thing becomes more tempting. And attention becomes less satisfied with anything that does not instantly change. This is why digital escape can fail quietly. It removes boredom for a second. But it can also make boredom easier to trigger next time. The mind learns to distrust the present moment. It starts scanning for the next one. And waiting is the place where that training becomes visible. Because waiting gives you no new input, no novelty, no answer, no reward, only time. And a brain trained on constant feedback begins to treat playing time like a threat. The dark consequence is not just that you get annoyed in lines. It is that waiting time used to protect your intentions. Before the next task, there was a small gap. In that gap, you could remember what mattered. You could decide what to do next. You could feel tired before pretending you were not tired. You could notice that you were lonely. You could let an idea return. You could let your mind breathe. But if every gap becomes a phone moment, the day loses its internal seams. Everything starts touching everything else. A message touches breakfast. A video touches work. A feed touches sleep. A notification touches a conversation. A random clip touches a thought that was almost becoming useful. Your life still has time, but it has fewer clean spaces. And without clean spaces, intention becomes weaker. You move from one input to another, from one reaction to another, from one tiny reward to another. The day can look full, but inside, it feels strangely scattered. This is the metaphor. Waiting is a hallway. It is not the room where the reward lives. It is not the room where the task is finished. It is the space between. The hallway between wanting and receiving. The hallway between question and answer. The hallway between urge and choice. And that hallway matters. Because without it, desire becomes command. You want stimulation, so you reach. You want closure, so you check. You want relief, so you scroll. You want the uncomfortable second to end, so you fill it. The modern screen does not only give you rewards. It removes the hallway. It shortens the distance between wanting and getting. And when the hallway disappears for long enough, the brain forgets how to walk through one. That is why waiting can feel painful now. Not because the minute is too long, but because your brain expects the minute to be solved. So the next time you are waiting, notice the first tiny movement. The reach. The glance. The need to make the pause disappear. Do not treat it as proof that you are weak. Treat it as evidence of training. Somewhere along the way, your brain learned that every empty second should produce something. A message. A sound. A reward. A change. But not every second is supposed to give you something. Some seconds are supposed to return you to yourself. Some pauses are not delays. They are repair. Some waiting is not wasted time. It is the mind remembering its own rhythm. And maybe that is what feels so strange now. The world did not steal your patience all at once. It removed the hallway, one tiny reward at a time. And now, whenever nothing happens, your brain stands at the entrance and forgets how to wait.